Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Imperial On. Today we're going to be playing some Foundation update 1.6. The Minerals and Craftsman's update was just released a couple of days ago, so I figured now would be a good time to dive back into this very wonderful city builder, medieval city builder. So as you can see from the little advert here on the side, new builder workshop is mandatory for anything related to construction and can be extended with crafting workstations, sculpture, stained glass, new mineral deposits. So that's a new thing that came in with the update, as well as the bailiff now will prospect the minerals, and then they can also make different decrees and things. Masterpieces, new notifications, some new decorations for the village. Pathing has been improved massively from my understanding. I haven't actually played it yet, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to dive in and play it. But pathing, they can now enter multiple entrances and exits on buildings, so pathing will become a little better and flow a little more. So time to get all the obligatory stuff out of the way. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel, turn on the bell notification so you guys can know when videos go live and latest content drops and everything, as well as you guys can follow me on Twitter, gaming Discord, if you guys want to jump on over to the gaming Discord and join a community over there. Looking for people to still play ESO and some different things, as well as all my other links and a link for the game in the description. If you want to pick a game up for yourself, I'd highly recommend it. It's a wonderful, wonderful little game that I've spent quite a lot of time playing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get us a new game started here. I know we can do hills. Eventually one day I'd like to do mods. I don't even know if there are any actual mods out there. I guess I'd have to take a look at that, but so alright, so there we go, we're in. Obviously we're not going to use the help thing right now because we kind of played this game a lot already, so we kind of know what's going on. Let's look around and see what's going to be our best option. Okay, that's the end of the map there. Oh, let's go. These will be two good starting lands right here, so let's go ahead and do this one. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so okay, so those are probably the new minerals. Alright, let's go ahead and pause the game real quick. No workplaces. Zones, site. No, I'm not gonna paint zones. Village center. Where do we want our village center? Let's put our village center here. So our construction, we'll go ahead and let that go. Alright. Quests. So the village center is built. Let's see here. Alright, so we're gonna need a builder's workshop. So we should have, yeah, we have the necessary wood. So let's go ahead and figure out what do we think? Need some room to grow, so we'll put the builder's workshop here. Start construction. We got to assign our villagers list, so let's go Baptiste and that one. Builders. Yep. So our villagers are doing their things. Let's go ahead and get down our gatherer's hut. Per usual. Go ahead and put our gatherer's hut right here. Start the construction on that. We'll go ahead and paint us some extraction zones. So that. I'm gonna want all of this gone. I'm gonna want that little tree gone. Rock right there. And we're probably going to farm out all of this land right here. So we'll go ahead and paint all of that. So for those of you who have never played the game before, it's typically it's not a grid building game. So it's not like an Anno or Surviving the Aftermath or In Zone. It's more of a gridless base, or it is a gridless based builder. So wherever we build, our people are going to path to wherever they need to go. So if we build housing over here on this side of the map, they will path the most logic route to their houses and back to their workplaces. So they may end up building a path through here. The only way to prevent that path, if we didn't want that path going through there, say we were going to build a building here later on, was we'd have to put in fences or block it off, or we'd just plop down the building, they would repath around it. But it allows for some interesting city growth and some different fun things that'll happen when you're building your cities or your towns as you're going along. A lot of depth to the game. There's a lot of little nuanced stuff that you can do. You can customize all your buildings, so you can make your churches and your military forts and things like that look very different. And some of the building stuff is static, so like that's the builder's hut, and obviously we saw there were add-ons, so I'll show you when we go into when we do another building, there's things we could add on to buildings and certain buildings, let's put it that way. All right, so let's put our builder's camp out here so that it's not ruining our desirability level, because we're probably going to build here and here for housing when we get to that point. No quests right now, so please build. Yep. Doing our thing there. We'll bump the speed just a little bit to 2 so that we can get rolling, so I can show you guys some more of this game. Anyway though, so as we're progressing along, we're going to be given some quests. We're going to have to do some things. Obviously, we're getting started right here. But as soon as we start progressing along, we start making money, we can buy different lands so we can expand our territory. And we can do different things. There's a couple different currencies in the game. There's gold, obviously, is going to buy stuff. Woodcutter. And we'll leave the other 2 blank for right now. But anyway, so currencies. So we'll go up here. We'll look at the currencies real quick in estates. So aside from gold, there's going to be labor currency and splendor, kingdom, and then clergy. And each one of those have splendor as well. And as we unlock more, do more different tasks. So like right now, if we wanted a warehouse, it would cost us 1 labor currency and no splendor. We got to have 10 newcomers, so we've got to get 10 newcomers into the village. Okay, so new quest. We got to stock up resources. We got to paint extraction zones was completed. We assigned woodcutters. We built our labor camp. We got to produce berries, which we should be producing, so I think that one, oh no, we got to build a granary and then assign a transporter and all that good stuff. So what we'll do is we'll come into our build menu. We'll put us a little granary down here. It's going to house our food stuffs, food resources. So put a granary right there, construction that up. We're going to need a stonecutter's camp, so we'll put the stonecutter's camp over here as well so that it's out of our desirability area without taking out as many trees as possible. We'll start construction on that as well, so we'll get that started. All right. So we'll zoom down in. Wonderful animations, wonderful graphics or character models here. Everything is awesome looking. It's a wonder just to come in here and just watch you guys do their thing. But anyway, we'll explore the currency systems a little more. Typical stuff you can manage. You can see your budget. military manager, when we get to that, there's supposed to be some new military stuff, which I'm kind of excited to explore. We could build walls if we had that unlocked, but we don't have that unlocked. So we've already painted our extraction zones, and this is how we farm out resources. So we just don't build a lumber camp and they'll go out here and they'll farm everything. You have to paint your extraction zones, and then you can paint reforest and forbidden lands. So let's say we wanted this area to be completely untouched and pristine. We could paint this red. Nobody would traverse on it. Nobody would come over here and harvest resources from it. It would just be completely left as is. Eventually we'll get a housing, I believe it's housing zone where we can paint, and our people will only build in that zone that we paint for them to build houses in. Now, obviously they'll take into consideration space and everything like that. So if you paint a small zone like this right here, like just this little corner, you may only get 2 houses in here. And if you paint this whole zone, they're going to come out here and they're going to farm out these resources, and they're going to build houses here. So you got to be aware of that. Like, also you got to be aware, we saw that red circle will assign Robin 1 miner. You got to be aware of that circle that was coming off of this stonecutter camp. It'll decrease the desirability. So over here, if we had a pub and a church and some other things, it would increase the desirability, and people would want to settle here more than they would want to settle over here, which would have a less desirable level. But we'll get into those little nuances once we actually start building things up and we get things rolling. So we're going to have to build make a transporter. They don't have a location to work at yet, so it's okay. But and then once this is finished being built, we'll be able to assign it to store berries. So for your population, how do you grow your population? Does your population increase via procreation? No. So if we were to come in here, look, we have 8 villagers, we have immigration. So immigration is just currently disabled right now, or not disabled, but it just doesn't work because we haven't completed all the tutorial things. And once we complete the tutorial things, it'll allow us to immigrate. So every 7 days, there's a possibility that people walking by the village could see it and be like, oh, wow, that's a really nice place that I want to live in. So they will join your village. You can turn this off, obviously, if you're having issues with population caps or whatever, or you're running out of food, then you turn it off immigration. And you don't get immigrants for a while, allowing you to stabilize, do what you need to do. Right, so just waiting for the granary to be finished. Looks like we're looking for a couple more stone, which we're going to be kind of hurt on. We need to get a population boost. We need to get, like maybe 3 or 4, get up to about 12, anywhere from 12 to 16 initially before we turn off immigration. That'll give us enough to do our base jobs that we need to get done as far as wood, stone, food production, stuff like that. So then we're good to go. Then we can kind of play around, expand, do what we need to do, and grow a community here. Alright, so that's done. That should all be okay. So now we got to assign. So we'll come in here, and slot 1 will be for berries. There we go. We got 100 gold. We're currently -3 on our money right now, because we are paying for the different jobs and different facilities to be running. So they want us to build a well and a market, and then we need to have a market tender. So we'll probably have to pull somebody off of one of our jobs just to do the market tending. So let's go in here and look at this. Wells here, it's fairly easy. This is what's going to increase the desirability. So a yellow or red circle is bad for desirability. However, though, a green circle is good for desirability, right? So it means that people are going to want to live here, live in this area. So for now, we're going to try to maximize and put the well in right there. And we'll look at the market stall is right here. Maybe we'll put the market stall like this, facing where we're actually going to pre-plan. So that little white orb that you see there at the back of the market stall is where we can add additional things. So if we wanted to add decorations, so we'll put that down, and let's say that we had the necessary resources, which we don't. We do. We have resources to add a few things. So let's put down a sign, which is going to increase our splendor. Right? We don't have planks. We don't have planks, so we can't do either one of those right now. But if we had cloth or planks, we could put down some of these resources. The tent would secure right there. Boom. That increases our splendor and, you know, earns us that currency. So we go in here, we're not really earning any splendor right now, so it is what it is. All right, so they're going to build the well, they're going to build the market. Let's bump it to 3, get that done real quick. Actually probably pull one of the builders off right now, because we're not that worried about super expansion. It'll just be a little slower to do that, but I believe once we get our needs up, or we get our happiness up for our villagers, is when we can start doing, bringing people in. Immigration, sorry. The English language is hard today. All right, so he's going to go over there. So they're already kind of there. We got to raise it to 100. So it'll go up fairly quickly with this right here, you know, because they just want food, water, stuff like that. So So see how they're starting to create paths to their jobs and to the well and to the marketplace here. It'll become really relevant, or not relevant, but it'll become apparent once we actually start build housing. So we had 2 new people join the village. Next immigration's in 6 days, so we'll scan out, and I don't know which way they're going to be coming from, but we'll see them coming on the map. But we can't actually use them or add them to any queues or any job things until they actually get to the village center. So we'll stay pulled out for a few minutes. We'll look and see where they're coming in. Okay, so they're coming in from over there. So here come our 2 new immigrants. They've decided that they want to join our village because they like it. It's quaint. Alright. Nope. 1 villager arrived. Alright, so the king wants us to do something. So now the kingdom recognizes your efforts in establishing your settlement. Alright, so they want us to promote our first newcomer. So we gotta set up residential. Okay, so there it is, residential. All right. We got some splendor, so now we can unlock a warehouse and a bailiff's office, which we're probably gonna need, I'd imagine, early on for some things. But more importantly, let's go in here. So see that green zone right there? That shows the desirability. So people want to live right in here. So what we can do is we can go like this right here and say everybody can live right there. See, and boom, as soon as we threw down our desirability, or as soon as we threw down our residential, they started wanting to build. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do all this area out right here for housing. Nope. Paint your zone. You can increase and decrease the size of the circle, although I don't really ever do that unless I'm fine-tuning something. Like I want to really like fine-tune this line right here for whatever reason. So, all right. 1 person passed by and decided not to join. They just didn't see anything that they really desired in the village, so is what it is. All right. So, Lord's Manor House, Rustic Church are now available. I don't really want to build the Lord's Manor yet. I'd like to build the Lord's Manor up here. We can look at the map, and we could get that as soon as we get 500. So we're plussed up. We could do exactly what I just did right there. So let it get to 500, and then just snap click that and buy that out real quick. Probably not the most desirable zone to purchase right off the get-go, purely because I don't see any stone. There's lots of trees though, so we can go ahead and finish doing, we can paint out an extraction zone right here. I don't know if they'll be able to get the trees on the side of that hill, but we'll see. So I'm going to farm all this out. We're going to build our Lord's Manor on top of this hill, so we'll probably build it more towards the back here of the hill so that we can kind of expand out forward, but you guys will see that probably next episode. Probably in the next episode we'll start working on that because we need to set up some planks and some different things. So let's go ahead and look at villagers real quick. So we have 2 villagers right now, so what we're gonna need is we're gonna need planks. So let's go in here and build a sawmill. Sawmill has a huge undesirable zone. Obviously it's a production center, so it doesn't, nobody wants to live next to an industrial zone or a production center, like, unless you're just weird or whatever, which is on you, do what you want to do. So anyway though, we'll go ahead and get that started right there. We should have enough minus the gold, obviously. Well, we can't start construction yet, so that'll stay as it is until we have the necessary gold. We'll probably just let that build up for a little bit. Everything's on 3, so we're doing good. They're building houses. One person decided they wanted to stop by, which is fantastic. We'll probably assign another villager there because we're going to need that, and we're probably going to need another miner. That should leave us one person once they come in. We'll slowly build planks, but I think we're going to draw this one to a close. Like I said before, on previous videos and series, we're going to try to keep the videos down to 20-25 minutes ish, so just due to everybody's busy schedule, so you guys can still consume content, but it's not taking up a whole chunk of your day. Make sure if you guys haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click that bell notification. If you're a returning viewer, I thank you again, as always, for your patrons. It really helps me out as a content creator. If you like the video, make sure you leave a big old thumbs up. Eventually, we're going to get into some of the new update stuff for Foundation. So definitely, hopefully, everybody will stick around for that. I really enjoy it. Hopefully you guys enjoy the series. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter as well, Gaming Discord, if you guys want to jump over there to a really cool, relaxed community. What else? This is Foundation Update 1.6, the Minerals and Craftsman's update. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and as always guys, until next time, have fun.